All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is, what is today? Tuesday, May 6, 2025. This is episode 871 of Simply Cyber's daily cyber threat brief. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, and whomever shows up is going to figure this out. We are going hard right now. I actually need to pull the correct chat in, so give me 1 second, everybody. We had a bit of a snafu with Restream this morning, so please grant us grace as we get a little bit of this sorted out. I'm going to go ahead and bring the chat over. People confused all over the place. Oh, this is the original one. All right, so the original, so let's end this DR stream nonsense. Unpin this message, just straight up remove it. I'm going to do this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, guys, you can see how the sausage is made here. If you are a aspiring streamer, as much as DJ BSEC makes it look buttery smooth, sometimes these things happen. We got the chat right there. Perfect. All right, good morning, everybody. Grand Risings, Cyber Shinigami. All right, guys, holler if you can, do be kind and let other people know that we are streaming back on YouTube and LinkedIn. Let's do it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. My name is Gerald Auger. This is Daily Cyber Threat Brief Podcast, and this is Thunderdome. Welcome to the party, pal. Guys, over the next hour in this show, we're going to be shredding apart the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I will be drinking coffee and boiling with rage at a level that is unprecedented as I present a really calm, cool face, but beneath the surface, you'd think that there was a lava volcano that has erupted like a kaiju breaking free from wherever the kaijus come from in Pacific Rim. It's going to be a good one, though, guys. I tell you what, I definitely don't research or prep for any of the shows. And today is unlike any other one because I don't even remember what the headlines were of this one. But we're going to be getting it done. Yes, Gary Sturgiadis picked the dumpster fires. I just want everyone to know there's probably no correlation here, but DJ BSEC did show up early today. He hasn't been around for a while because he's been wicked busy getting promoted and crushing work. But he did show up today. There was a Dak Prescott sighting. I suspect there may be some correlation here. The incident response team is going to investigate. I've got Barricade Cyber on the case. Good morning, mods. Good morning, Jenny Housley. For all of you who are regulars of the stream, this is what's up. You know how we do. We try to make the show work no matter what is thrown at us. And if today's your first time, well, my friend, you're probably confused beyond all get out. Well, let me just tell you, welcome to the party, pal. We got it going on, and we're going to crush it. Guys, before we get into it, let me holler at you and say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, those who stick with us, even when it's nightmare fuel. We're going to listen to them really quickly, and when we get back, I'm going to absolutely melt your face even further with CPEs for days. I've got a massive update. When I say massive, I mean like, oh my God, what? Update. I've shared it with a few people in the community, but I just got something that's a banger. We'll do that at the end of the show. Remember, it is Tuesday, which means it's Tidbits Tuesday, which means I'm going to share a little bit about myself with you. You may already feel like I've already done that with my reaction to Restream's performance this morning. Let's do this really quick, and when we get back, CPEs for everybody. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. Alrighty. I do want to say shout out. We're going to do some manual reads this morning just because I think it's important. Antisyphon Training is one of our stream sponsors, and normally you'll just hear about how amazing Antisyphon Training is, but I want to call your attention specifically to a pay-what-you-can training that's coming up here in June 16th through 19th. June 16th through 19th, a 4-hour-a-day course, Active Defense and Cyber Deception with John Strand. You can take this course for $0. Not only have I taken this course, y'all, okay? Simply Cyber, Active Defense and Cyber Deception. Not only have I taken this... hold on one second. Oh. I have a video on that. I don't know if any of the mods can pull it. I have a video on the channel of me taking this course. It was not a paid sponsorship. I literally paid to take the course, and then I did a review on it. John Strand, first of all, amazing practitioner, amazing person. Second of all, this course is awesome. This course teaches you how to set up honeypots, how to frustrate attackers, how to use all sorts of things in your environment that you already have in order to be even more effective at having threat actors alert themselves to you, as well as really just piss them off in general. It is phenomenal. This course, I can't recommend it enough. Again, it's pay what you can, including $0. So if you're interested in getting 16 hours of sick training for $0, may I, there's a full... May I please direct you to this really quickly? Here it is. Thank you, Chris Whitlock. So check this out really quick. I'll drop this link in chat as well. Look at, I did a whole video on this course. It's an 18-minute video, old school baby Jerry. So here, Antisyphon review of course. Here is the link, and then the actual Antisyphon course. Guys, I'm telling you, if you have the time, you will absolutely not be disappointed, okay? This is one of those ones where I just so happy to be partnering with Antisyphon. And if you've taken this course, let us know in chat and give your own reactions. Of course, dude, whether it's my courses, my content, my anything, I tell everybody all the time, get multiple opinions from independent sources and form your own opinion. Do your own research. But take it from me as one person. I think it's great. Okay. So also want to say shout out to Delete Me. Where's my Delete Me read? Here we go. Oh, like Restream's popping up in my DMs right now, trying to make me feel good. We'll talk to you later, Restream. Hey, Delete Me. Guys, you know Delete Me. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. It's easier than ever to find personal information about people online. Having your address, phone number, and family members' names hanging out on the internet can have actual consequences in the real world and make everyone feel, it makes everyone vulnerable. As someone with an active online presence, a YouTube channel, hot takes galore, privacy is really important to me. I want to protect my children, protect my wife, those I love. You know, I don't want someone showing up at my front door talking about, I disagree with you. I'll just stick to the troll comments in the YouTube. Thank you very much. Take control of your data. Keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me Now with the special discount for our listeners here at Simply Cyber. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber. Use promo code simplycyber at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber. Enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber. Code simplycyber. Holla! And of course, we have Barricade Cyber's Fortify 365. And is your Microsoft 365 environment secure with business email compromise attacks on the rise? Your entire operation could be screwed, could be at risk. Fortify 365 from Barricade Cyber is your answer to securing your organization. Their team of experts, including Eric Taylor, implements proven security standards to protect your business from cyber threats, ensure compliance, go GRC Mafia, and safeguard your sensitive data. They've helped countless organizations strengthen their M365 defenses, including mine, with tailored solutions that address real-world vulnerabilities. Don't wait until after a breach. That's the worst time to figure out that you should do things. Visit Fortify365.com today to learn how they can help you secure your Microsoft 365 environment. And I'm telling you guys, you already pay for the security. You might as well take advantage of it. And if you don't know what's up, that's why you call Eric and the team over there and figure it out. Yeah, like Restream is sending me a link to like their down detector link. Like I need that. Like what I need is I need your platform to not fail. Maybe I'm unrealistic, but I don't know. I feel like paying a monthly subscription for like the platinum package or whatever should get you a little bit of stability. All right, guys. I'm also being told in DMs that I'm being a bit of a diva. One problem a year is reasonable. I don't know, 5 nines maybe. All right, guys, do me a favor. Sit back, relax. Thank you for helping us get off. It was a bit of choppy water and a bit of thunderstorms leaving the harbor, but I think we're out to sea right now and we're cruising, baby. So sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of this hot news wash over us in an awesome wave. Thank you, mods. Let's cook.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
Oh, hold on one second. I got to turn the speed down.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Tuesday, May 6, 2025. I'm Rich Straffolino. Signal clone gets hacked. Telemessage is an Israeli company that sells modified versions of messaging apps with customers including the U.S. government. 404 Media reported that a threat actor breached and stole customer data from the company, including direct messages and group chats sent from its cloned Signal, Telegram, WeChat, and WhatsApp versions. Data leaked by the hacker shows that archived chat logs are not end-to-end encrypted when sent from the app to archive servers. Screenshots of data from U.S. Customs and Border Protection and financial institutions, including Coinbase, were shown to 404 Media. The hacker informed the news outlet that accessing and exfiltrating the data took 15 to 20 minutes and wasn't much effort at all. Former National Security Advisor Mike Waltz was seen using telemessage apps in a cabinet meeting, but there's no indication any of his information was leaked in the breach.
This is out of control. First of all, I tell you guys from time to time, and you may have heard other people say, I'm not like the friggin' end-all be-all here, but 404 Media, this website, this news outlet, this journalist group, they are excellent. They are excellent. Okay, so if you're not familiar with 404media.com or .co, here's a link to them. I recommend putting this in your heavy rotation. I love the work these guys are doing, okay? Basically, it's like 4 investigative journalists that spun off and started their own company so they could have total editorial control. All right, what's happening here? Well, first of all, Israel and the United States are BFFs, right? So just because of that doesn't mean an Israeli-based company that likes straight cash, homie, can't have created these clone messaging apps. Now, dude, we've seen it in the news, okay? And again, I try to keep this show apolitical, but when there's stories about, the federal government doing things cyber related, we have to talk about it, okay? There was recently in the news, Pete Hegseth, DOD secretary, multiple instances of using Signal to transmit classified or high side messaging around military plans in the I don't know where the Houthis are, but like in Europe, Middle East type area, whatever. Yemen, thank you. So like not okay. And that's just using Signal, right? Like, and then he like was messaging and like he brought his wife into the chat or something like that, or his brother-in-law, like people who are not read in on these things. So when you enable your organization, whether you're the U.S. federal government or you're, a SaaS application like Restream, when you enable your organization or you don't put governance policy around using these messaging apps, people are going to do it. And honestly, guys, during the pandemic, I remember doctors at the, basically because I worked in healthcare, like they would like FaceTime their patients, no big deal, just having like consults and stuff like that on the side. Oh, hey, show me that. Show me, show me the mole, show me the scar, show me the problem, explain it to me, right? All these things. It's Wild West out there. And it's because it's super frictionless and super convenient. And, it's all about just getting it done, right? In this instance, this Israeli-based company didn't just create zero-click spyware, right, like NSO Group did. They're creating lookalike clone apps that normal people will install because they're not paying attention or whatever, and it looks like Signal, it looks like Telegram, it looks like WhatsApp, and in reality, it's doing the things it says it's doing, but it's also a Trojanized version that allows whoever is controlling it to have all the information. So now, put it all together. You've got an application that someone can basically stick their face in or look at or, do anything. By the way, okay. On top of that, then you have people who are transmitting unauthorized information or uncleared information on these platforms, resulting in an absolute complete compromise of that data. You have zero trust in the confidentiality of that data. And believe me, they're not transmitting encrypted information over an insecure communication channel, and the recipient is then pulling it off of fake Signal and fake Telegram and then decrypting it. If you did that, that would be okay, assuming that you're using a secure encryption protocol. This is the way the internet works, y'all. Like when you go to a website and you do the TLS handshake, right? And you share keys and you set up that encrypted communication and then you start transmitting. Anybody that gets in the middle, they can't see it anymore because it's friggin' encrypted. Your confidentiality is back on track, baby. Well, with this one, the entire application is trash. So there's your zero confidentiality. Also, I want to bring your attention, since we're doing the whole, CIA triad here. Of course, availability. They're not going to stop you from using it. The people who created this app, they want you to use it. They want you to wash yourself all over with this app because everything you put in this app, they get access to. So availability, don't worry about that one. But let's talk about integrity. They control the whole friggin' app. So there's nothing saying that they can't stop. Well, I guess they could stop certain messages from going. So there is an attack on availability. But also, why not modify a message? Why not change the number? Hey, we're gonna push into Yemen, send 50 battleships. Hey, the message you received is we're not gonna push into Yemen. That's a quite a dramatic difference, right? Or we're gonna push into Yemen, send 50 rubber ducks, right? So integrity, which often gets overlooked or, second fiddle, is very important because when we're talking about making decisions, especially decisions at speed, it matters. It matters, right? So this is not good. And I got to tell you right now, if they caught it here, then, you would imagine there's other apps doing it. And you know what's really confusing on top of everything else? See if I can find that. U.S. government advises to use encrypted messaging apps. This is part of the problem. And this is why you have to like move slowly and be deliberate, okay? March 24th, 2025, March 24th. So just like 6 weeks ago, the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, literally came out and said, bro, best practice. Basically, China's all up in our telcos and ISPs. Use encrypted messaging apps. Like they came out and said it. They said, hey, if you're government, be careful. If you're private sector, be careful. And we actually went on a tirade, or the royal one of us got spicy. I went on a tirade about how, businesses aren't going to pivot on a like a cigarette boat taking a left turn and start doing encrypted messaging apps for all communications. It was wildly just awkward guidance from the U.S. government, but apparently, Pete Hegseth, like high-ranking officials, whatever, are using Signal, which, by the way, real Signal is a very secure messaging app. But because of this guidance, because people are dialed into using it, this Israeli company made fake versions, and people got scooped up into the net. So who knows what they got and what they didn't get. Now, I don't know if this is a true Data compromise, because it sounded like it was a security researcher who said it was surprisingly easy to get this information. But anyways, TLDR for you and your environment, the people that you're trying to protect. Let them know the risks of this. You can't just like, I don't even know how you download this app incorrectly, right? It's not like fake signal. I mean, maybe fake signal did get put in the app store, but I don't know, man. Just major breakdown across multiple levels.
Sounding the alarm on EasyJSON. Researchers at Hunted Labs warned that the open source package EasyJSON could put organizations at risk due to its links to Russia. EasyJSON is a code serialization tool for Go that is used in cloud environments across defense, finance, technology, and healthcare sectors. The package is hosted on GitHub by a Mail.ru account owned by the Russian social media giant VK Group. VK's CEO is Vladimir Kiriyenko, the son of one of Vladimir Putin's top aides. Both father and son were sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury in 2022. Hunted Labs found no evidence of malicious code added to EasyJSON, but noted that its widespread use could make it a strategic asset as part of a wider campaign. If nothing else, this shows that the politics of open source are getting increasingly murky.
All right, one thing that Rich Straffolino said that I'm not going to disagree with, it's just not how I say it. He said the top level domain of Russia is .ru, so mail.ru, like the Russian, I guess, mail server, like email server. Personally, I say .ru. I'm actually going to start a poll right now. See how, like, mail.ru. Do you say mail.ru or mail. Ru. Ru. R-U. All right, here we go. I'm just curious, everybody. Sometimes there's these things that I just take as like facts, and because there's a whole bunch of us, I want to see this. All right, open source software EasyJSON is used by the government, but it has ties to Russia. Yeah, no kidding. Dude, like, this is no different. Literally, this is no different than Kaspersky antivirus having ties back to Russia and the U.S. federal government basically banning it. Except that was a paid-for product, and this is open source. EasyJSON's been used in the U.S. Department of Defense, sure. I mean, dude, like a lot of I used to write code for the Marine Corps, like, 50 years ago when I was a young buck, and, like, it's not like they have standards. I mean, again, I'm saying this flippantly, right? Like, obviously I had to be qualified and all this stuff, but it's not like I was going through some like monolithic, software engineering, I guess, like process. It was the Marine Corps was like, we need this, build this, and I built it. Okay, just to put it in perspective of how old I am. Agile, agile coding, Scrum, all those things didn't exist yet. Good old waterfall technique was what I was raised up on. So, I mean, this particular story, I'm not sure you can do much with it. It doesn't say that EasyJSON is compromised. It's just saying, it does have ties back to Russia, so there could be some issues. I don't know. The GitHub, you can see who it is. Here's the thing, guys. If there's going to be nobody did anything wrong, right? There's no sanctions against using open source code in your software. There's no sanctions about using code that the author is from Russia. So, honestly, China's like really good at espionage, and if this was like backed by like, went to some Chinese thing, I'd be a little more concerned. Russia's very, very good, but I feel like this isn't in Russia's like TTPs as far as like kind of planting these things with the long-term plan of being all up inside of the U.S. federal government. You can see here the fears that Russia would alter the EasyJSON to steal data. Certainly could happen. Remember, here's one thing to share with everybody, though. If I import EasyJSON into my code base and I'm doing all the things, right? and then the author introduces new, like, let's say, info stealer capabilities into the easy JSON, my code doesn't immediately become compromised. Like, I'd have to update to the newest GitHub repo of my code base. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a point in time when you ingest in this code. So, but again, if there's like a security vulnerability or something with the code base and you go to update it, you can't just say, I'll take the security feature and leave the info stealer, right? Like, that's there. What's this guy all about? All right, I don't know. Wired magazine does have good content. Usually it's paywalled or ad blocked, so. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're using EasyJSON, which I guess is used for code serialization in Go programming, you may want to be mindful of this. I would say, if you wanted to, you could go look at the EasyJSON code base and see what it is. Maybe identify something. If you're interested, finding an alternative to EasyJSON would be the best bet. That way, you don't have to worry about whether or not malware in there. This is a little bit of fear mongering, frankly. Like, the EasyJSON didn't do anything. It's just they're saying, oh, if Russia decided to weaponize it, they could. So,
Ransomware group takes credit for UK retail attacks. In the past week, we've covered a rash of cyber attacks against UK-based retailers, including M&S, Co-op, and Harrods. Now, the Dragonforce ransomware group claimed it orchestrated the attacks in a statement to the BBC. Dragonforce first appeared in August 2023, initially as a hacktivist group, although it's now working for financial gain, using ransomware developed from leaked Lockbit and Conti code. Earlier this year, it started offering white label branding to affiliates as part of a rebrand into a ransomware cartel.
Okay, I won't spend a ton of time on this because we covered this already. Two things. One, Dragonforce, which, by the way, sounds like an amazing Nintendo video game, like from Konami, which means that the Konami code would work, obviously. They are the ones who are behind these UK retailer attacks. Again, I'm going to take a small victory lap because I'm like a live wire this morning because of the production issues we had at the beginning. Called it that when the we covered the story yesterday that Harrods or Harrods, whatever, had been hit by ransomware. They hadn't even said officially ransomware. They just said a cyber incident, an attempted cyber incident, which I dunked on because I'm like, it's not attempted. You're down. Like, you've been compromised. It is not uncommon for one threat actor to identify some type of like capability and then attack businesses in that vertical. And as predicted, it was one ransomware group that hit these different retailers all at once. Again, I don't know what the story is, but I would tell you, I suspect that there is some supply chain entity that these retailers in the UK all use, and that's what got compromised. So if I had to guess, Dragonforce wasn't necessarily hitting Co-op directly. I think they probably got compromised creds through some, service provider or some type of supply chain type thing, and then use that to exploit these particular customers or victims. And there you go. That's what it is. So I'm trying to see if there's anything in here specific about it. All right. Phishing emails, exploit some known vulns, and stolen creds. All right, so here we go. Check it out. Phishing emails. Educate your end users, on what phishing is. Email security gateway. Known vulnerabilities. It's called patch your systems. You gotta patch it. And stolen creds for initial access. Well, a couple things. One, let's go to passkeys. Passkeys are all the rage right now. The kids love passkeys.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Don't have crappy credentials. Don't reuse credentials. Use a password vault, Carl. All right, and those things would happen. And then, dude, I mean, they're using Cobalt Strike, they're using Mimikatz, like these Cobalt Strike and Mimikatz are well known, and lots of detections for them. So if you have EDR, you can holler up on EDR's face. But I mean, they're legit and they're going to make a lot of money. These are high-end, large multi-billion-dollar retailers. So I'm assuming that they're going to pay the ransom. We'll see. I don't know if Eric Taylor, I know he's got a call right now, but if anyone in chat has any visibility into the dark web, I'm not saying go on the dark web. It's just a lot of times you can see the threat actors are willing to basically disclose what's going on with the victim organizations, more as an attempt to influence the victim to pay because they're embarrassing them. But let me know. I'd be curious if any of these three pay. Ending the poll, 77% of you say it the way I do, .ru, not .ru, but still 23% say .ru. So there is a faction of you.
Heavy is the head of Black Kingdom ransomware. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California indicted Rami Khaled Ahmed for allegedly deploying Black Kingdom ransomware on over 1,500 computer systems between March 2021 and June 2023. Victims range from a school district in Pennsylvania to medical support businesses in Wisconsin and California to a ski resort in Oregon. Once infected, Black Kingdom operators demanded a $10,000 Bitcoin ransom, although it's not clear how many victims ultimately paid. The FBI investigated Ahmed with the help of the New Zealand police. However, he's believed to be located in Yemen, which doesn't extradite to the U.S.
All right, so whatever, I guess. All right, so this guy, 1,500 computers, he infected. He lives in Yemen, which basically means, we're not going to get him. Okay. He used Black Kingdom ransomware. I got to tell you guys, first and foremost, I've never heard of Black Kingdom ransomware. And I'm not, listen, this kind of irritates me, all right? All threat actors, I don't like any of them. They should get arrested. But I just find this massive disconnect, okay? So the 1,500 victims, or it says 1,500 computers, so it could have been one company with 1,500 endpoints got compromised. The Department of Justice releases an indictment for this dude that they can't get. Okay? Meanwhile, Change Healthcare gets absolutely eviscerated by Alfie ransomware, which disbands and then Ransom Hub comes on the scene. Where's the story about that? Like $200 million dollars worth of damage, hundreds of thousands of people impacted, if not millions impacted, for these other ransomware attacks. And the Department of Justice goes after this one lone wolf who's working in a country they can't extradite from. Like, what? I mean, I guess get your wins, but it just, I don't know, man. Again, I don't work in law enforcement. I'm sure there's agents working tirelessly on these other ransomware threat actor groups, but you got to cut that. You got to cut the head off the snake or the hydra fully, or they're gonna grow back. This is why, taking down Lockbit ransomware's infrastructure. It works, but the guy who runs it, Dimitri, he's still around, right? So he can spin up a new, FUBAR or Flaming Donkey ransomware, right? So you got to do that. Taking out this one guy, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like it moves the needle. Not to mention, they're not even taking him out. They're indicting him. Dude, indictments are cute. That's what I think indictments are. Look at this. Here's another one. September 2023. Hold on one second. This is Lazarus Group. The people who hacked Sony and leaked the Interview movie. The people who stole $1 billion from Bangladesh, tried to steal $1 billion. They actually got away with $81 million. The people who stole $560 million from the Axie Infinity Ronin Bridge. The people who stole $410 million from this crypto agency right here, like a couple months ago, Bybit. They stole $1.4 billion. Bybit's actually running their own bounty on this. Those guys, where is it? Those guys are also indicted. Woo! They're not leaving North Korea. To me, it's like posturing. Like, you've got to indict them. You've got to hold them accountable. You got to make it hard for them to travel. But at the same time, dude, like, it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like this is my final thing, and then I'll move on, and I apologize. Going after this one guy in Yemen, I feel like this is like a lion taking down the, like, elderly goat at the back of the line. Like, look at that. We're eating good tonight, everybody. Look at this, like, decrepit, dilapidated, old, busted goat I caught. And meanwhile, there's like a pack of, like, goats just killing it way up here. Right? And it's like, oh, no. Like, every goat's created equal. And in this case, goats are threat actors. All right? I don't know. Sorry.
And now, thanks to today's episode sponsor, ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker is a global leader in zero-trust endpoint security, offering cybersecurity controls to protect businesses from zero-day attacks and ransomware. ThreatLocker operates with a default deny approach to reduce the attack surface and mitigate potential cyber vulnerabilities. To learn more and start your free trial, visit threatlocker.com/CISO. That's ThreatLocker.com/CISO.
All right. Here we go. All right, guys, I do want to say thank you very much. I hope everybody's having a great day. I appreciate all you guys. 414 of you here, 415. We had a hiccup, a false start. We started streaming the DR plan. We had to pull that down. The mod team formed like Voltron. Quick response, like firefighters to the scene. Solid, guys. It absolutely warms my heart and makes me feel so, just so good to know that, dude, it's nice having people in your corner. You know what I mean? And I just want to say thank you to all of you. Right? Nobody was like, oh, F this place. What an amateur hour in this joint. I'm out of here, boy. Nope. We got it. We made it happen. IT career questions. Zach Hill's in the house, making it happen, my man. All right, guys, so check it out. Every day of the week, hold on, shout out. Thank you, stream sponsors, Barricade, Delete Me, Antisyphon, ThreatLocker. Remember, fortify365.com, and then John Strand's Active Defense and Cyber Deception coming in hot. Guys, I got something to tell you. Every single day of the week is Tidbits Tuesday. Every Tuesday is Tidbits Tuesday. And I like to share a little bit with you of my personal. Now, you've been watching me have a meltdown live on stream today. And that's okay, but I got something super cool to share with you, okay? Check this out. This is the most epic Tidbits Tuesday ever. Hear me out now. I want to make sure that this is a public video. Yes, it is. Okay. You see this right here? This is Tamar Braxton. This is MTV's Caught in the Act, Double Life. It's a new show coming out in June. Very good. I'm going to drop a link to this. Ooh, from producers of Caught in the Act. Why am I showing you this? Is it because I like drama? Is it because I like MTV and these type of shows? Possibly. But I got some more for you. Bear with me now. There's Tamar. Whoa! Wait, what? What is this guy? What's this guy with the hero pose? So what's up, everybody? Tidbits Tuesday. I was cast in an MTV reality show, and it's coming out in June. So holler at ya. I'm excited. It'll be fun. We'll have fun together. Double Life, June 3rd, 9 p.m. New series. Only on MTV. So, yep. So that's cracking. Everybody, it's all about good times. All about good times. All right. So let's get our laws on. Yes, that was a face melter. That's why you got to show up to the lives. You never know what's going to happen. I'll drop a link. Get ready. Alpha Sierra is going to lead us off. Here, I'll drop a link for that too. Let's go, la 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 la's. Thank you. All right, let's finish strong, everybody.
The beating heart of deepfakes. While video deepfakes are becoming increasingly common, researchers had previously thought one way to detect them would be to look for subtle skin color changes caused by a pulse, which these models weren't trained to produce. However, Bruce Schneier passed on a report from the journal Frontiers in Imaging, which found that high-quality deepfakes can already beat these checks, unintentionally retaining heartbeat patterns from training videos. These signals were notably weaker than in real video footage, but still present. The researchers say another method to detect deepfakes could be to look for a natural pulse behavior across different facial regions.
Yep.
Russians be hacking.
All right. So Bruce Schneier, if you didn't know, Schneier is a long time. I would almost call him, and this isn't a dig on his age, but like he's part of the old guard. He came up and was like one of the leading voices in the information security, communication security area in the like 80s. He's still contributing, obviously, and he's still really well respected for his views. He's a lecturer at the Harvard Kennedy School, a member of Electronic Freedom Frontier, and just, you know, he's got all these insights and stuff. So deepfakes is definitely coming. You should not be surprised. And the detection techniques we have for deepfakes, Bruce is coming out and saying that the new deepfakes can bypass those detections of what we're using, which I guess was heartbeats on the skin. You could see like light pulsing and the cadence of it. So, you know, if that was your technique, watch out. Many of us are probably not like, you know, I don't know. Me personally, I would just be depending on vendor security products to have the deepfake detection versus like rolling my own. I'm not really into that. So we'll see how it goes. Deepfakes is a massive threat and one that definitely needs to be managed. So be careful with all that stuff and stay current on it. Whenever we talk about deepfakes, I do want to bring my friend Perry Carpenter into the conversation. Perry Carpenter, he's a really great guy, very thoughtful, and he has made it his basic mission to become an expert and a leading voice in the detection, in the deepfake area. And I meet with him at least once a month and talk about stuff. He'll be at Black Hat if you want to, but he wrote this book, Fake, A Practical Guide to Living in the World of Deepfakes. If you're interested, you can check it out here. I'll drop a link to this. The reason I want to share it is because Perry's absolutely legit when it comes to deepfake. Not just sharing knowledge, but he does a lot of demos and stuff like that. So worth checking out. All right, let's keep cooking.
Ahead of presidential elections in Romania, the Russian-linked hacktivist group No Name 057 claimed credit for DDoS attacks against the website for the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Romanian government, the Constitutional Court, and several presidential candidates. Romania's National Directorate of Cybersecurity confirmed the attacks, but noted that all access had been restored to the public. Last week, the group attacked Dutch and other European organizations for military support for Ukraine. Not to be left out, Azerbaijan's head of parliament, Ramid Namazov, accused the Russian APT-29, aka Cozy Bear, of attacks on local media outlets on February 20th. These attacks attempted to spread misinformation across TV and news sites. Namazov suspected these attacks came in response to the closure of the Russian House, a state-funded cultural center in Baku.
All right, so, you know, Russia and Azerbaijan are having a little bit of a pissing match. Azerbaijan, I actually thought Azerbaijan was like friends with Russia, so I guess correct me if I'm wrong. Also, spoiler alert, the only reason I know about Azerbaijan is because I played Splinter Cell in college, and like most of the game took place in Azerbaijan, in Georgia. All right, so basically, these embassies, these cultural houses, a lot of times in countries, they are used as, what they appear to be, but also for intelligence agent operatives to operate through, basically to provide a forward operating position within a country. The United States does this all the time. Azerbaijan shut down the Russian Cultural Center in Russia, and it's believed that in response, Russia deployed APT-29, which is like, the A team, if you will. Russia's got some very seriously qualified hackers under their banner. And APT-29, which I think it's either Fancy Bear or Cozy Bear, is legit. And they basically hacked the local media and started playing some misinformation, disinformation stuff. Very akin to like 1995 hackers movie Johnny Lee Miller at the beginning, where he's changing the TV stations and fighting Angelina Jolie for like what's on TV. This attack took place on February 20th, so months ago. Great, great reporting. Okay, yeah, it is Cozy Bear, APT-29, or Midnight Blizzard. Remember, guys, threat actor groups will have different names depending on what security company is the one discussing it. They have their own naming convention and stuff like that, so they can make it cool. If you saw CrowdStrike's booth at RSA, they had like a 25-foot mannequin, I guess, for lack of a better term, of one of the threat actors, APT groups that they've named. Yeah, there's nothing else here really. All I would say is for me and you, like, for me as a practitioner, this is interesting. This is a little bit of unrest in the region, but whether I'm protecting a hospital or a manufacturing company in Denver, like, I'm not like, oh, like I better dial up the threat intelligence, better call the bosses and let them know we're moving to DEFCON 4. Like, this is nothing, okay? I mean, this sucks for them. It does give you some insights into population control, right? So instead of Russia trying to like just bomb people or something like that, they're using the media as a mechanism to undermine and erode confidence by the local population in, the local government through misinformation, disinformation. So interesting technique.
Golden chickens lay new malware eggs. Researchers at Recorded Features Insect Group attributed 2 new malware families to the threat actors known as golden chickens, or spider venom, depending on how scary you want them to sound. TerraStealer V2 is a tool to find browser credentials, crypto wallet data, and extension information. Captured info is then exfiltrated to Telegram or to a WeTransfer.io domain. Meanwhile, TerraLogger is a standalone keylogger, which is notable because it doesn't have any way to actually exfiltrate data, indicating it's under active development. Both pieces of malware show signs of the group iterating and advancing its malware as a service portfolio.
All right, hold on one second. Bad link. All right, this link goes to Google Docs. All right, whatever. These naming convention, man. Golden chicken's lame. But they also have it, they had a second name that sounded pretty scary. Venom Spider. Okay, listen, if you're like signing up to be a superhero and they're like, all right, hey, just so you know, whatever. Superman's been taken, Batman's been taken, The Flash has been taken, Wolverine has been taken. We got 2 options left. You can be Golden Chicken or Venom Spider. Bro, like no question. All day long you're choosing Venom Spider. Unless your goal is to make your adversaries die laughing. So let's actually talk about this. All All right, so this criminal group has been operating since 2018 as malware as a service. So 7 years is a long time to be operating. A lot of time to iterate and build up your service offering, your client base, your resiliency of your infrastructure. All right, they're using fake resumes and delivering malware to people on LinkedIn. Dude, if you get listen, I've said this before and I'll say it a million times. If you get a resume from someone and it's a .lnk file, what are you thinking? Like, stop it. Here's what I would say for this one. Yes, you want to be mindful of malware as a service, and I'll leave this as an option for you to read. But the initial attack vector is tricking someone into running malware on their box. And once you run the malware on your box, then you've got the info stealer, then you've got all the crypto stuff stolen, all of that, okay? So if you can get to the far left of the attack chain, you can break the first link and not have any of this happen. This is targeting people who are looking for work. So first of all, if you're unemployed or you're unhappy at your current job and you're looking for work, you are a target. So just be careful, be mindful, practice good cyber hygiene, which is the right way to say it, not sci-hi. And just be careful, guys. It sucks that people are out there targeting you. Number 2, share this with your friends, right? Like, your network. Maybe even, I might even post this on LinkedIn later today. It's just a public service announcement. But like, guys, don't get all thirsty and go ham on these job postings. Be mindful, be aware, be cognizant. Second of all, and this is probably the most important thing, if you want to, guys, when you are currently at a job and you're looking to get out, right? Your boss is toxic. They're talking about cash flow problems and they're thinking you might get laid off, whatever. When you're looking for a job, but you're like at work and you're kind of like low key looking for a job on the side, people will be deceptive. People will be discreet. People will go and try to not let their employer know that they're looking for a job. Now, this could get a little dicey because your employer may not want you providing this information out to your workforce. So I would caution you to maybe get pre-approval or couch this, but make your workforce aware. Like, listen, if you're looking for a job, be aware of this attack, because here's my thing. And I've said this before, so if you've already heard it, I apologize, right? If people are trying to be secret about looking for a job while they're at work, they aren't going to be paying too close attention to, is this an LNK file versus a doc file? Or it says I got to run these things. Because for the moments that they have the thing up on their screen, they're going to want to quickly move from that screen back to something that looks a little less like they're looking for a job at work. So they're more likely to get compromised because they're not paying attention. They're trying to move fast. So make them aware of this attack and this risk, basically, or else, honestly, they could screw your business up by deploying it on their own box. Now, it sounds like this particular malware is going to steal their crypto wallet, but you just don't want malware running on boxes in your environment. And let's be real. In 2025, people are using their work computer for personal stuff all the time. It's cross-pollinated. Everybody does it.
And now a goodbye to a VoIP OG.
All right, really quick, the final story here. We're not going to cover. Where is it really quickly? Microsoft is killing Skype and pushing users to Teams. Everybody here knows what Teams is. Everybody doesn't like it, or at least I don't like it, and I'm projecting onto you. Skype was the OG VoIP back in the day. You probably can still hear the sound effect of Skype phone call connecting, like bloop. So there you go. Clippy's dead. Skype's dead. Microsoft Zune is dead. And, there we go. Pour a little out for Skype. All right, let's keep cooking, y'all. Look at that. We had a nightmare circumstance at the start of the show. You know, all hands on deck, but bunch of people trying to put out the fire, and we still finished right at the top of the hour. So winner, chicken dinner. Guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the living crap out of the show. Thank you for being so cool and understanding. I absolutely had an awesome time with you guys. Let me see if Eric Taylor is going to be joining us for jawjacking. Stop it, Justin Gold. Justin Gold and Dan Reardon are busting my chops here with this content creator thing. Let me see if Eric Taylor is going to be joining us. All right, guys. We're going to see what's up. I am going to pivot over, guys. Here we are. Guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for, celebrating. Hello. Thank you for celebrating and kind of allowing me to share the announcement of that launch of the MTV show. Kind of crazy. Certainly not something I predicted on my vision board. But it's all about good times, guys. We're a community. I freaking love it. I'm going to leave you in the trusty hands of one Eric Taylor from Barricade Cyber. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget that today is Tuesday. We do not have a 9:30 show, but we will be having a 9:30 show on Tuesday starting in July when one Philip Wiley is going to be bringing a new show called Simply Offensive to the community. Can't wait. Guys, thanks so very much. And until next time, thanks, Ernesto, for the squad membership. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking.
What's going on? 385 people. Let's get some music going. Turn that down just a tad. There we go. If this is your first time seeing me on screen, where in the world have you been? Pleasure to meet you. My name is Eric Taylor. I am the CEO and Chief Forensic Operator here at Barricade Cyber, and sometimes guest host, which will be coming up again soon, where I'll be, I think, guest hosting the entire week, unless some other people are jumping in there, but I am currently slated, which will be interesting because I will be doing some traveling, so that will be fun times for all, I am sure. But the show must go on. If you have any questions, please put them in there with a Q : mark, like Austin has done here, and that way I can be able to find your questions and answer them for you. What kind of training would you suggest to a new server admin? I'm getting promotion later this year and need to look for some training. Well, congratulations, Austin. I know Black Hills has some pretty good training. Most of their, I mean, that's a lot of blue teaming and things of that nature. But for, I would say fundamental, like how do you work Active Directory and domains and things of that nature. All right, 10-4. I'm trying to think of a good. I tell you what, Austin, if you're in Discord, let me think on that one, because I am a little bit out of it. Because back in the day, we used CB Nuggets when that was competing with CompTIA and stuff like that, and kind of like the Intel and AMD processor war that's always going on. 1 year CBT Nuggets would be good, then CompTIA, then CBT Nuggets, and things of that nature. And it's been a while since I've done a lot of that training. So let me ask around and find what a good fundamental server training platform looks like. I would immediately tell you to go to where Daniel Lowry used to be, and I forget the name. I'm drawing a complete blank, but they had such phenomenal training over there. ACI Learning. What was the name before ACI Learning? It was Tech TV or something. No, Tech TV was something else. That was way back in the day. Tech TV. Oh, IT Pro TV. Thank you. And there was some phenomenal training, and I would instantly have told you to go there. But I think a lot of that stuff has disappeared with the way of the dodo bird now. There may be still some there. Let me pull up my other screen. Let's see if any of that training is still there. Last I heard, they were selling off, parts of the company, but is some of that legacy training still there? And it does look like it. ACIlearning.com, IT Pro TV. I don't know how long that material may be there, but I see Adam's mug on here. I see Daniel Lowry's mug on here on some of the training. A lot of the folks there that I would sit there and watch them record live sessions on, because that was part of the package that we signed up for originally. Based off of what I know about them and kind of what I've been hearing through the grapevine, I may not want to pay for a full year, because we just don't know what's going. I'd hate for you to pay for a full year and they sell it off to some other third-party company that you may lose your access if you pay for the entire year, right? But the training seems to be there. It's not updated. It's probably roughly a year old now, but a lot of the core fundamentals are going to still absolutely be there. So definitely take a look at that and see how much are their plans. Just for me, yeah, for a single IT Pro standard is $379 a year. You may be able to talk to them and see if you can get it broke down to monthly installments. I know there used to be a ton of coupon codes floating around on the internet, so you may want to take a look there as well. Microsoft has a lot of training courses on learn.microsoft.com. If I remember correctly, most of that stuff is geared to only cloud infrastructure, though, which would be beneficial. Yeah, Azure AI fundamental. Yeah, everything on here. Dynamics, Purview, SQL Teams. Oh, there's. Oh yeah, so here they do have some Windows Server here. Okay, so I sit corrected. So I just posted that link into chat as Dr. Gerald Auger there, Austin. So there's two potential resources for you to consider. Hopefully that will go well. $4.99 a year. Well, if you're IT Pro TV, I guess you got the IT Pro Premium, because their new price is $579. Or that you got some legacy pricing. You need to talk to them, because if you have standard, they're reselling standard right now at $379 a year. So let's see. AG Artist, Golden Chicken or Venom Chicken for APT name. Most of these ATP groups are complete trash shoots, so I would say let's do Golden Chicken. I would hate to use a halfway decent name like Venom Chicken for an APT group. Let's treat them like the clowns they are. They can be the Golden Chicken. What do you say about that? Let's see here from Joe. Good morning. Taking the Google cybersecurity certificate now. Do you think I should do Sec Plus after, or is it better to do courses with hands-on labs? I'm trying to get into DFIR, hands-on labs. But Joe, I'm going to tell you that going from a cybersecurity certificate, the way you're posing this, that you're just getting into the industry. So don't expect a DFIR job to start off at the gate. It's just not going to happen. Question, what do you think about Jerry Spy Kids, where they are now photo? I don't get the reference. Like saying we're going to take a... Are you trying to say that you're going to take Jerry's kiddos, since he hasn't really talked about them much, and be like, you know, calling them the Spy Kids and doing like where they are now and like an update on his family type of thing? Is that what you're proposing? That's the way I read it. Because I mean, the mods definitely aren't considered Spy Kids. That's the way I take it. And if that's the case, you're asking the wrong person. Me personally, outside of, you know, everything that we did for Hunter, I keep my family completely private. Like I do my best to make sure that our family is not disclosed to my world as much as possible because of the crap that I do. Like we had to even have a conversation with even my brother and sisters-in-law and all that stuff. Like, if you have pictures of me on social media, you can either do one of two things. You can put one of those happy face stickers over my face or something, or delete the picture altogether. However you want to do it, I don't care. But now, if somebody really wanted to do enough OSINTing on me, you know, there's a certain children's hospital that has a bunch of pictures of us all together. And you can make the correlation, but you're going to have to do some digging to get to that. So, but that's the one thing that I learned a long time ago was, the only thing I can really control is my 3-foot radius. So people inside of my house. I have a better ability to protect my family than the extended family, the brother-in-law, sister-in-laws, and everybody who's in different states. And I just don't want them subject to some of the crap that I deal with, and I do. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, if that's something, you know, that could be maybe you could talk to Dr. Jerry Auger and say, like, what if we did you did like a picture? Like, I came in and seeing the MTV image that he's being part of, the Caught in the Act or whatever the heck that show was. Like, if he had him, Mrs. Auger, and the kids in front, and then like complete AI'd it up or something. Maybe, I don't know. That might be kind of cool. With the spicy dolphin and the dogs. Yep. Oh, I did see, I got turned on to that's probably not, I was given a YouTube video about how to set up OBS like you're doing it for a church, where you're taking multiple audio streams and stuff like that into OBS and being able to filter out and stuff like that. So I plan on really going through that thing like 2 or 3 times this weekend and trying to figure out how to get my OBS properly set up, so that way I can be one of the cool kids and, you know, at least stream my sounds while I'm on here without having to show another desktop and potentially trigger everybody with Teams notifications. Yeah, Gary brings up a good point. ACI Learning also had discounts for veterans, teachers, and first responders, so you can see if they still have that. That's a very good point. I'm a fan of ABT Rolling Snowball. There was a ransomware group called Donuts. It was very Simpsons-like on their logo. Oh, what are the dates for Simply CyberCon 2025? I don't know if that's been posted yet or not. Let me see. I know the hotel was confirmed, but I'm kind of out of the loop, and I'm not seeing it on the simplycybercon.org. Oh, he's posted in chat. So it is confirmed. Now this may be, just hold it with a grain of salt, because this far out, things could change. But right now it is confirmed for November 2nd and 3rd. November 2nd and 3rd as of today. Jerry, be quiet. You never know. The only constant in life, Jerry, is change. Oh, yeah, okay. So B-Sides Charleston is November 1st. So yeah, I will put it this way, Jerry. If B-Sides Charleston changes, Simply CyberCon may change. Anyway, from Chuck, anything outside of cyber technology that you started and enjoyed recently? I mean, I do, when I have time, I do like to fly the drone from time to time. That's pretty cool, just to mess with that. Really messing with like the radio waves and just seeing the technology behind it and stuff like that. Being able to take some pretty cool shots from time to time. I wish I'd do more of it, but yeah. I still like to smoke. I'm actually smelling my smoker out there right now. So I cut up a top round. Unfortunately, the slices are kind of thick, so it's going to take a little bit longer, but marinated it for roughly 24 hours and now got it out in the smoker to make beef jerky. So it'll sit in there for about 4 hours. I'll probably do a little bit longer because they are thicker cuts. We'll probably do about 5, maybe 5.5 hours before I put them in the dehydrator. So, and got roughly 2 hours left on that smoke. So, Jerry's got some pinned up here. He's referring to the image of Jerry that makes him look like he was in the movie Spy Kids. Unfortunately, I miss most of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Especially like even today, I had to dip out for a bit because I had to take care of a matter with a client, helping them make sure they know how to set up something and things of that nature. So I had to step away. So unfortunately, a lot of the podcast I do miss, and so I try to get up on the replay, but it doesn't happen all the time, unfortunately. What is something you would like to see changed in the way people learn cybersecurity or how they come up in the industry? This is going to be a massive hot take, but people thinking that they're going to have instant success and gratification in cybersecurity needs to change. As much as people don't want to hear it, cybersecurity is a rite of passage. You've got to be in the trenches. You got to learn sysadmin, network admin, dev work, just all sorts of different things depending on what part of cybersecurity you want to do. You've got to know how things work before you know how to make things break. Outside of pen testing, and even that, sometimes you still got to know how things work. Right, because there's a lot of people, and you'll see it from, God, what's that dude's name that runs the Have I Been Pwned? I see his Microsoft dude. I see his face in my head, but I can't remember. I want to say Tory or something, but Troy Hunt. Thank you. He's getting people that like, hey, we're doing responsible disclosure for you. And it's like, yeah, you're disclosing robots.txt file to not follow certain things leading to potential information disclosure. Whatever. That's not a real vulnerability. So, and that's kind of what you get, right? When you have people who don't understand technology and are trying to fly by and do what they want to do. So, people thinking that they can instantly go to DFIR, cybersecurity, things of that nature without doing due diligence and learning. I'm sorry. Thoughts on bypassing the Sentinel-1 EDR to deploy? I've seen several reports about this one. I don't have enough information to properly weigh in. I will have more information as the day goes on. But there is a cat and mouse game with EDRs. This I can say. We have tools like EDR Killer. I posted up on yesterday where you could buy $30 on the dark web to completely bypass Windows Defender, the built-in, not the ATP. And I have massive hate for Windows Defender. I don't think it's a real EDR or AV solution. The ability to completely disable that thing so quickly, no. But I mean, hey, I guess it's free, so whatever. So it's a cat and mouse game. I'm sure Sentinel-1 has already seen that malware sample. It has already potentially mitigated it. New dad question. Do parents get to say in the tech used by their kids at school? Right to refuse school provide. So that is a good question. In public schools, at least in my local, no. However, it's getting to the point now where the school that one of my kiddos go to, their Chromebook will only work on a 2.4, like a SSID that only broadcasts 2.4 gigahertz. So literally I have an IoT, which is 2.4 and 5, and then I literally made stupid IoT for that stupid Chromebook. Because it would connect on the multi-band one, the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz, but it would constantly drop. And like, I'm literally getting ready to, I will probably over the summer order her a Lenovo or some other modern Chromebook that will support 2.4 gigahertz. Send her with a note like, look, we'll pay you for your technology or whatever, but we're not using it. You can provision this one, recognizing this is a student-owned device, so you will not be collecting at the end of the year. We'll give you back yours, but you're going to provision this one for her school account. And we will use that because the ones you're providing is complete trash. I know I can't pull that off in a public school setting without a lot of nuking and paving but it may get to a little bit of a nuke and pave with the school that one of my kids go to. But I'm ready for it because it is stupid for me to have a separate SSID for a singular device that will not support and stay on when dual brand is being broadcast. Any good SOC 2 providers? There's a lot of them out there. I mean, Flare can be considered a SOC 2 provider, yeah? No, SOC 2. I'm thinking Seam. Sorry, brain fart. I don't know. There's a lot of people in the space right now. I just think there are a lot of them are having staffing issues, as with everything right now. Everything so. Need a new Barricade Cyber t-shirt. Any recommendations? Didn't you order some? Or are you telling me I need to create another one? Because so Chuck is talking about so the Spy Kids is off the MTV show that Jerry's okay. I see the correlation now on that one. Okay. Christopher Young, are you asking me to create another one? Because I've got plenty of them that I have put over to marketing, and I haven't seen anything with that yet. Yeah, SOC 2 would be the auditor firm. Yeah, I know. I have two. I need a third. So if you don't know, Barricade Cyber does have a merch store. It's just merch.barricadecyber.com. It gets redirected over to Bonfire. I'll do this. Let me drop this. Let me do this. No, not invite. We'll do window, not share my sound. And we'll so this is the merch store. You know, we have cybersecurity, the few, the proud, the paranoid. I learned patience the hard way, one bite at a time. Our traditional Barricade logo. The very controversial MILF shirt. 3389, the remote ransomware deployment protocol. Threat actors suck. I've been talking for a while to the team. Like, I say a term called jackwagon a lot. Like, I really want a jack in a wagon, like a wooden wagon. There's been a couple other ones that were quickly shut down because the potential would not be very professional. Because I am a completely unhinged SOB. So, yeah. I mean, I still wear my MILF shirt a lot. I wear the trash out of the few, the proud, the paranoid. I like that one a lot. So also the jackwagon, I may like, I wanted to say don't be, and then either having a jack A or either a jack, like a floor jack or something you use to jack up your vehicle, jacking up a wagon, you know, pull behind. Either way, you'll get the message across, but you know, the jack A would definitely be good. Dr. Gerald Auger may fight me on the jack wagon. I think I've been using jack wagon longer than he's been alive. Yeah, the Justin Gold, the limited edition Wild Ball Hackin' Fest 24 shirt. I guess I got to get with them. You can have chat. Thanks, Jerry. I guess I gotta get with marketing this week and find out what are we doing for the Wild Ball Hackin' Fest 25. I guess Black Hills hasn't told us what the theme is yet for this year. So we'll have to figure out what that is. But yeah, the Wild Ball Hackin' Fest 24, it was definitely a good one. I think that one is very, very, very well received. Kimberly, since 2024 is over, and those who don't know, Kimberly Can Fix It is full time with Barricade Cyber now. So happy about that. We should reach out to Black Hills and see, can we put that up on our merch store now? So like if people wanted to order that, then they could. The only problem with that is Bonfire has the, not sure why I just heard Jerry, but okay. Bonfire does not allow a lot of customizations. Like the Wawa Hackin' Fest shirt had the American flag. Oh, I gotcha. The American flag on the arm, because I love having the American flag on as much thing as possible, just to be patriotic as much as we can. And I think the right sleeve had the Barricade logo on it, so we may have to do a little bit of a redesign on it, but yeah, we may have to figure that out. So it won't be the OG shirt, but yeah. Yeah, there are other colors, May. Here, I'll share the screen again. And actually, I will put myself down in the corner. All right, give me 1 second, Jerry. Jerry's about to come on, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, you'll see here, there's other colors that you can choose from on all of them. So my favorite is the honestly, there's a Barricade Cyber, this one here, the orange hoodie. That's one of my favorites. So anyway, I will go, and we'll now hear from Dr. Gerald Auger for a production note. Dr. Jerry Auger.
Yeah, hey, real quick, everybody. I just, someone mentioned this question. Yesterday, I published this AI video, this conversation with G2 Patel. I forgot to mention it. Like, there were issues, and I had to like pull it down, then re-upload it, then pull it down, then re-upload it, then pull it down. This almost never happens. So it was very confusing to people. Finally, we've got it up. We've got it correct. Everything's right. So I'm going to share the link because I do think that this is actually a really interesting conversation around the future of AI and agentic AI, which is really what's going to be the big thing in 2025. So I want people to kind of get in front of it and be thinking about how AI is actually going to look in large enterprises and more societally speaking. But a lot of people were going to the old links, which was dead links, basically, that was private. So apologies. I'm going to drop the link. I'll let you go back to Eric Taylor of Barricade Cyber. Thank you, Eric.
Absolutely. So that actually answers the question about the video links being taken down and stuff like that. That's something I'll have to go definitely take a look at. And we are getting toward a little bit past the 9:30 mark, and we do see a bunch of people dropping off. Any last questions that people may have. If not, we'll kind of wrap it out. Turn back on some music. See, that's why you just download YouTube videos. So if they take it private, you won't be interrupted. Question: how can we be more of a heavy hitter in cybersecurity like Barricade Cyber? You guys gave me way too much credit. You really do. It just takes years, Christopher Young. And I really don't consider us a heavy hitter by any means. We are far from being a heavy hitter. To be completely honest with you. You've got so many other organizations that are out there that are much larger, have a much deeper technical stack and bench than we do. We're just agile. We're smaller. We're more agile. We can pivot a lot easier than the bigger organizations do. We are definitely not a heavy hitter. But I appreciate the praise and thinking that we are. Like, even if you go to the conferences, and you go to the booths, how many booths actually have the owner lurking around? Not many. Small organizations do. Main difference between Ansible and Terraform. Ansible is an OS and hardware. Terraform is script for deployment of everything. Do employers ever look down on employees doing content creation? Not that I know of. Deeper pockets? Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot, Steve. The only thing that I think that we... Well, yeah, so Jerry did make a comment here in the green room. Yeah, no conflict of interest. So it depends on the employer. So let's just say you're a SOC analyst, and you want to do content around being a SOC not analyst. I'm not sure why I'm saying it that way. The SOC analyst. You got to make sure that the content that you're putting out there does not disclose potentially the tactics of the organization. Like, this is how we would do it at XYZ organization as a SOC analyst, or using real intel from your SIM on how you do threat hunting and stuff like that. So if you're doing that type of content, you may just want to filter that through management and be like, hey, this video is, or these series of videos we're going to be putting out, go really into the weeds of being a SOC analyst. I'm just trying to showcase what I'm doing and, help other people become a SOC analyst. I would love to be able to give you the fully edited version for review for 72 hours before it goes live. That way you have a chance to do your due diligence, give me edits on what we need to do or what I need to take out or say or not say. That would be compliance with our organization. That's really that. And, you definitely don't want to do it on company time unless they're all for it. And then, of course, they'll probably want you to promote the business as well. But, I mean, that could be a benefit to them as well. having their folks being out there, kind of like with Black Hills, right? They're out there doing their stuff. They're promoting their brand, both personal and business. So, I mean, that could be a benefit, right? It depends on what your content you're doing. Does it align with the work that you're doing now? So, I mean, do your due diligence. Currently creating an IRP for a what's a uni project? Apart from life cycles, communications, etc., is there anything else I should be? Oh, university project. Thank you. Should I be added? Oh, sorry. Etc. Is there anything that I should be added to the organization overlook or forget to include? So creating an incident response plan, that's IRP, for a university project, apart from life cycles, communication, etc., is there anything that should be added that an organization overlooks to forget to include? Okay. This is something we're actually working on with organizations now. It will be a full service offering later, but I'll give you a sneak peek on it. So a lot of organizations do not put in primary and secondary contacts. Cell phone numbers, personal emails, addresses. Because let's say hypothetically you have an incident that's impacted your 365 tenant and you need to lock everybody out. Now you can't communicate with them on approved communication. Maybe you have a backup signal chat for IR. Hey, broad notification. We just had to shut down 365 tenancy because of a possible incident that's under investigation. Moving forward until further notice, this is the only accepted form of communication. What is your backup plan for communication efforts? That would be probably the biggest thing. What should I use if I want to get rid of Microsoft to vendor best replacement? Oh yeah, Justin Gold, also a good point there with the backup, the follow-up and backup personnel if the person is MIA. For a home-based consumer, go with Bitdefender Gravity Zone. We used them for many years when I was doing MSP, and they have a really good product. Make sure you put in tamper protection. Password that you don't know, write it down on a piece of paper, put in your safe or whatever. But yeah, Bitdefender Gravity Zone. I think the home edition even comes with a couple seats, if I remember right. If I can spell today, it'd be great. That just goes to the portal. That's the business. Where's the home? Yep, here we go. So I'll post a link in here. So they call it Business Bitdefender Central now for the home user. So it was a little bit of a name change that I was unaware of. That's why I couldn't find it to begin with. But yeah, I mean, this is essentially it. Protect all your devices, your services, parental controls, remote actions, whatever that's for. Scan optimizer. Yep. Install protection. They have a couple different flavors there, and I do know they have a password manager here now. Oh, they even have a VPN. I was unaware that Bitdefender started doing like I said, it's been a little while since I've messed with them. So definitely check them out. Again, I can't state their current level of protection. I can only imagine it's getting better, but like I said, it's it was always good in the days past. And like I said, I used them for many years when I even left Bitdefender Gravity Zone to go to other platforms, and ended up going back to Bitdefender Gravity Zone over and over again because it just freaking worked really well. So I really hope that they still have the same level of protections and stuff they did way back when. I can only imagine. Sorry. I think that is the end of the questions. Yeah, man, if you have more questions, definitely go over to the Discord channel and continue the conversation there. The team, Justin and everybody else, they pretty much know how to get a hold of me. So if you have a direct question, because I'm not very active in Discord, I'm literally active in Discord every once in a while, and normally when I am on this show. But everybody else is pretty active in Discord and happy to pass along questions or say, hey, Eric, you retard, go take a look at this channel and somebody's got a direct question that they need you to answer, and I'm happy to do that. It's just one more messaging app that I just don't have time to focus on. So absolutely, Christopher Young, absolutely. And with that, y'all have a great day. Go out, go touch some grass. Grass is growing. Go out there and mow it. Lay down in it. Roll all up and around in it. Make sure you pick up your dog poo first. Might want to do that. Otherwise, you're going to get a really crappy situation on your hands. But anyway, it's been so pleasure talking to y'all. If y'all found this content video useful, either the train wreck, the restream was completely this morning, or the jaw jacking, please go out there, share it with somebody. That way we can be able to bring awareness of other cybersecurity events to the masses, and we greatly appreciate it. Until next time, y'all take care of yourselves.
There once was a kid whose passwords laid across all sites. They were the same, a criminal, then found their fame by taking that data to go. Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your account.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one.